My name is Ryan, and I'm here to guide you through the roommate matching and choose your own room guide for 2020. First, I just want to tell you how excited we are about you coming to Baylor this fall. There are several steps that you need to have completed before this video will make sense. One, you need to have applied to Baylor. Baylor has to have accepted you, and most importantly, you would have needed to put in your enrollment deposit. Once you do that, you can now complete your housing application. In your housing application, you will need to select your top 4 preferences of which community you're most interested in. Tell us why you're interested in it, what you bring to that community. I will tell you that some communities are very competitive to get into. So even if you feel that that's the best fit, not every student can get into every community that they're interested in. Some important dates that go along with our housing operations. For roommate matching and choose your own room, you now need to have your application complete on or before June 1st. On June 7th, you will receive a community approval email. And in that email, it will tell you which community that you were approved for and that roommate matching now opens. You're only eligible to do roommate matching within that community that you were approved for. On June 8th, the very next day, the community waitlist opens. Even though that some communities are very competitive to get into, if you feel that you really need to get into that community, you can put yourself on that wait list. And that is our way of helping you get to that community that you are most interested in. Unfortunately, not all students will be taken off the wait list. Starting June 23rd, because everyone will receive a different date and time, choose your own room begins. And then starting that same day is room swap. Once you pick your own room, or your roommate has picked your own room, you will be eligible to change rooms. So you can go back into the system and to see if other rooms might be of interest to you. The main thing I wanted to talk to you about today is roommate matching. It's coming up very soon. It's an optional system that we have for you, but it's a great way to meet other students coming to Baylor who are in the same community and find ones that you may have not have found before just because you don't know where to look, you don't know who might be out there, or you've never met them before. So we have this system where you have answered 12 questions and it will calculate and tell you your best matches. That you can have up to 5 roommates. So if you wanted to go into a suite, you could fill a whole suite. But the one hard and challenging aspect of this is that both roommates need to be in the same community. So we offer several different ways to find roommates. First is our matching software. It's called Suggested Roommate. And in that, it will tell you the percent of their match. You can read their bio. You could send them a message. And I'm sure what you'll do immediately after finding this top person is that you will look up everything that they have ever posted on social media before. But if they are somebody that you like, you can invite them to be your roommate, and then they have the decision to accept your roommate, or what they could do is decline your invite, or they could do nothing, which is unfortunately what a lot of students do, is they just let that request sit out there. So we have created an auto deletion of requests after 7 days. Just like your Facebook friends, that same person keeps asking you to be their friend and you don't really want to say no, so you just do nothing. Students at Baylor also do that. So we have created the auto delete system. Now, if you already know someone that you might be a good roommate for you, maybe they're from camp or the same hometown, we have a way for you to do that. You can search for them using their Bear ID. So you'll have to contact them and get their Bear ID, which is a great way to add them. It will pull them up and then you can accept it. The other roommate will still need to accept your roommate request. But once that's done, your group is good to go. And we highly recommend the person with the earliest room selection date to be the one that actually picks the room. They don't need to be the group leader, but they're just the one that picks the room because they will have the first option to go in. The last section I want to talk to you about today is choose your own room. And that's the ability for you to tell us what room you want and select that room for next year. I will tell you, if you have purchased anything on Amazon, that means you've searched for it and found it and purchased it, you have done all the training that you need to complete this process. But in your community email that you received on June 7th, it will tell you a special date and time when you get access to choose your own room. On that date and time, please access our My Housing system and you'll be directed to choose your own room. We do recommend the student with the earliest time slot. If you're part of a roommate group, that's the person that goes first, and that's the person that will pick the room. Some key points with choosing your own room is that it really takes just a few minutes to pick your own room. So you'll go in, pick it, and then exit the system. We want the system to be as available for all of our students, and that's why we spread you out for so long. If you are having any challenges or technical issues during the process, we will have our phone number available, some different ways to get a hold of us during the process, and we encourage you to reach out to us. So one thing I want you to remember is that in some of our communities, I'll take first year experience for example, some of the room types that you may be interested in. Let's say I want a single in Collins, and that would be the option. Well, there are very few singles in Collins. So what would happen is that first student that goes in may have gotten that single, and then there are no more singles in Collins available. Often room types will fill up within a certain building. So you'll have to decide as a roommate pair if you are more interested in a room type. So maybe you would have to go to a different building if you're part of FYE to get that room type, or you would have to accept that building versus room type. So some room types are very limited in our selection. That's why we really recommend that you look at all the different options within those buildings before you begin and have a good plan to picking your room. Once again, we are so excited for you to come this fall, and we have so many great things planned. And if you have any questions about this process, I ask you to reach out to living@baylor.edu, or you can go onto our website, www.baylor.edu/CLL. But you can also check out our chat window. So during the workday, if you have any questions, you can jump in there and ask our chat any questions you have about the housing process. And thank you so much, and we will see you in the fall.